Hey guys, Brad the Builder here. Today I'm at Andrew FLAIRS' house. I'm here to give you an update on all the exciting things that's happened in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks. We'll go inside, I'll walk you around the whole thing, so stay tuned. I think you're gonna like the show. Here we are in this massive garage, and we have this huge beam that we've been talking about. It's finally now installed, and it's supporting the entire second floor, and it allows this to have no supporting beams in your garage, which nobody wants supporting beams in your garage. That's not a good thing to have when you open up your car door into a beam. So all the windows now are installed almost in the entire house. There's a few that are missing. What we have to do here in this garage is I have to waterproof this entire floor. This was a Flexicor we set. We had a video on that showing how all this was set in by cranes. So this will get waterproofed with a tar. It's called an HML 5000. We then will put a foam insulation on top to keep the condensation from going in, because below here is Andrew's sports court, we don't know what we're going to call it. I need your help to figure that one out. And then we'll pour 4 inches of concrete on top, which will bring everything up to where it needs to be. So right over here, this ladder is where we move the stairs, remember, from one end of the garage closer to the house. I think that's a much better fit. And since we've got this framed in up above, Andrew's peeked up there and realized how much space he has. It's as big as this entire garage, but he's also noticed there is so much attic space when you build a ranch. He wants to now move this storage room and make that into a man cave, if you will, and put all the storage over the kitchen, dining room area, because there's so much volume up there. So let's go to the front porch and I'm going to show you how we waterproofed above the gun safe room. Now here on the front porch, we've did all the waterproofing. Also introduced Cal. Cal is going to be doing some intern with me. I built Cal's parents' house a while back, and he's going to college at University of Nebraska learning construction management. They didn't have that when I was going to school, I don't think. I don't know. But on this front porch, what we've done, Cal, is this black tar is called HML 4000. This waterproofing is creating a barrier, because underneath this is Andrew's gun safe. So an important thing, what we do when we do put this down, you notice we take the Tyvek up the wall, and not only waterproofing here, but we run it up a good 18, 20 inches. Because when we get the concrete here and we get the siding, we don't want anything sneaking down behind that. So it's important that you run it up the walls on that wood, so it's overkill. So that's all been done. You see when they hit these windows, we put not only a Tyvek goes around it, but the splashing tape is real important. We only go on 3 sides. Both sides and the top, we leave the bottom open. So when water, if it ever does get in, which sometimes it will, it's got to have a way out. That's what sometimes people forget. If water gets in, you get it too tight, then that creates mold. So that allows the water to get out of the house. So Cal, this is a temporary support that's holding up this side of the roof, and the other one, this will come out once we get the floors poured. This will be replaced with a 12 by 12 cedar post. So it will also not only look beautiful, but it's doing its job. It's supporting the roof. So let's go take a look inside, Cal, and see what the framers are doing. So here we are in the entryway in the great room. Alex, our framer, has done a fantastic job, but you can see this is the second floor, which is not a floor, it's just the attic, but Andrew is seeing that as another opportunity to create more square footage in his house. So I've convinced him that don't finish it, but let's put some additional floor joists on and make that a storage room, so he can now use his storage room over the garage as a finished livable space. But there is a ton of volume in these ranches when you get upstairs into the attic. I hope it shows on the camera. As I make a way over here in Andrew's bathroom and closet, you can see where the window was lowered. I raised it up because these are just letting light in. I want to be able to put a mirror underneath it. And he's got such high ceilings, 10 feet. So we raise these windows up higher than normal so you can do something underneath it. And you can see through this one here is his master shower. And the last thing you want is to see Andrew in the shower. So I think it's good for everybody that we raise these windows out, even though he's got no neighbors. But you know, never know. So those are little changes that I have taken on upon me, but if they didn't like it, we could easily lower them back down. Okay, we're here in Andrew and Macy's master bedroom. We got all the windows installed, and you'll notice there's a big opening. The framers install the windows, and we have another crew that comes out and installs a sliding glass door. So this is an 8x8 huge sliding glass door that will walk out to their covered deck, and just check out those views. That's pretty spectacular. Follow me, I want to show you Andrew's office as we come over to the entryway. By the way, I'll stop right here. Check out this front entry, the windows. Isn't that fantastic? That direction is west, and it'll get some nice light, but it's going to be shaded with the overhang. So when you come in his front door, you'll automatically come right into his main office, and we've vaulted this ceiling. But what we've done here too is with the windows, we've put this huge framing in between. This will all be framed out to make it look like these 3 windows is one big window. And you'll notice these shims down here. This is what we use to get the windows flush and squared up. Just in case you guys are wondering why these little shims are everywhere around the windows, they're only temporary. We'll be taking them out soon. So over here is the kitchen. And all around these kitchen walls, that will all be cabinets, so everything faces outside because the views are so fantastic. You can literally see, I would say, at least 2 miles out that dining room window. That'll go to the screened-in porch, and this will go over to the covered deck. Those 2 also were waiting on these big 12x12 cedar timbers to build the deck out of those materials. So we are now watertight inside the house because we have the felt on the roof. We don't put the shingles on till after the plumbers punch through and the HVAC guys. Everything gets punched through the roof, and then the roofers will come back and put their shingles on and seal up everything around all the penetration. So Cal, as we're coming through, this here, believe it or not, is their pantry. So they got a window in here. This is a size of most people's bedrooms. They're living out in the country. Now they go to the grocery store once or twice. They fill this thing up, probably like, I call it a Costco pantry. So when you buy your 20 jars of peanut butter, you got a shelf for it. And then they have a laundry room off to this side. They all have views. This has got a big window looking out, and then there's a door right here that takes you out to their covered patio. Living out in the country and having all the gear that Andrew has, this is their walk-in coat closet. So we are in the homeowner's entry coming in off the garage. They'll have their mudroom, lockers, coat closet. There's a bathroom right there. When you come in with muddy clothes, this is their supersized drop zone. So then it takes you right out to the garage. So let's go downstairs. So you'll see the black line coming down. That's where the grade will change, and that'll be a retaining wall off the other side. All right. The green pipe is part of the sewer. We have a septic system that runs all the way across. So that'll be the clean out. And down here, you can see with the wind, see our Tyvek just kind of blows off the house, so that's easy enough to fix. So they'll be putting that back on because we've had, 50-mile-an-hour winds here. So, okay, now I want to bring everybody back here and show the back of the house. As you've seen the progress, when you stand back here, you can really get a sense of the magnitude and the sheer size of the house. Even though it's a ranch, they are way bigger from the back when you do the walkout. You can see we got a screened-in porch over here on the left, and in the middle where they're working on is going to be the covered deck. I think this is the beautiful part of a ranch house. The back is just as nice as the front. Let's go inside, and I want to show you a few more things that we've done, especially the gun safe. That thing turned out really nice. So last time you guys were here with me, we were up to my knees in mud, and that was right here in this area. This was not in the brochure for being a home builder.
No?
No. Are you getting this?
You having a good time over there?
No.
How are you gonna get back?
So we were working this. As you can see now, all the concrete's been poured. It's all looking good. We are getting some, you'll see over here, some water coming in the house. That's because that's the front of the house. We haven't backfilled properly, and the water is getting into the house and it's seeping up from underneath. So once we get that backfilled, that problem will be fixed. Here is the gun safe that we cut a hole in the wall. And you remember, this was tons of dirt and mud. So what we've done to solve the problem on the front foundation, this foundation stops at about right here. So to keep the floor level that Andrew wanted, I had to dig all this out, and then we built this wall here to support the foundation footing, and the waterproofing is all behind this. So Andrew will be able to walk in and have this all level, and you can see here This will be a series of steps that will go up to an elevated platform where he can have mounts, more guns, and it does the exact same thing on this side. So I think it'll be really interesting when it's measured perfectly that this will get about 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and you still have plenty of room. Let's see if you can see this. Ugh, look at that. So that just gives you a sense how high this is. This will be quite the interesting secret gun vault where the door will be right here. One more thing, this is where we're finally getting the steps. Alex has been working on this. Alex is a talented framer where he is skilled enough to be able to build our staircases on site. A lot of subcontractors and builders around the country do not have that ability, so they end up having to buy stairs from a manufacturer and have it shipped in and then installed on site. We build ours on site. So that's a really cool feature. This will look beautiful when it's all done. Now let's go check out the big shelter underneath the garage. So this is the room underneath the garage that we need you guys to help us tell Andrew what you would like to see him do with this huge space. The ceilings are close to almost 14 foot tall. The stairs aren't in yet. The concrete floors are poured. I'll hop down here to give you a sense on how big this is. It's got quite the echo because it's just concrete everywhere. You could do a nice basketball hoop. It won't be illegal in terms of 10 foot high, but no one can make a basket at 10 foot high. It's easier when you lower that basket. At least that works for me that way. But you can see all the concrete ceiling, the sheer volume in this room. You can make this into a huge playroom. You could put a golf simulator in here. Maybe you can do something with hunting. So give us some ideas on that. I think it's going to be a fantastic space for him. It's definitely the biggest tornado shelter I've ever built. So take a look over here. Here's another idea that I would have for Andrew is there's 2 ways into this big sports court room. That plywood right there is going to be a double door that will come in from the swimming pool, and he can actually, it'll double as an indoor playground. You could use it for additional storage. Everybody has the pool toys from the rafts. He could use this for storage for his patio furniture, all kinds of stuff. So we need help from you guys figuring out what's the best use for this added space. Okay, as you can see, we're making some good progress. We still have a lot to do here. The big thing is getting this backfilled and get the concrete poured so I can get these front entry columns set. That's going to really make this place look nice, and then I can start siding. So there'll be a lot of stuff going on the inside of the house, as well as the rough ends for electrical. And in the order is plumbing, HVAC, and then electrical. It's not too exciting, but it's an important part of the house, obviously. So you won't see a lot of changes there, but we'll see a lot more on the outsides. And also the outside, we haven't even designed the outdoor pool barbecue area. So I'd love to hear your comments on that as well. So I'll be heading out, going to the next job site. And by the way, I do have a horn on this truck. Not as impressive as the big ones, but that's as good as I got. So thanks for watching.